Namaste everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to this transmission. Here I'm going to be talking about the incubus and succubus energy. These are the demons who try to attack people via sexual activities or sexual acts, to be precise. And in the ascension journey, it's very important to know that they can also be seen as levels and you don't have to be scared of them. Sometimes they come in very ugly forms, sometimes they come in very beautiful forms, sometimes they even pretend to be someone you know. They can also pose as an ex who you loved and you no longer want that person, but they're gonna come in the best version of the ex. Like they'll make your ex look very young and with all of their defilements removed. Like if your ex had weight issues, they will remove the weight issues. If your ex had some bad habits, they will remove it. Like they'll make you feel that this person has changed. They come with very good offers and baits, like if you do this for me or with me, then I will do this. Sometimes they are without much words. So these type of demons, people face them a lot, and many times people are not even conscious and aware about it. But when you start doing inner work, when you start becoming aware of your own thoughts, this type of inner work doesn't stay limited to your day or awake, whatever you call awaken reality. This habit or this practice moves to your dream state reality also. And dream state is extremely important. Our awareness in the dream world is equally important, or you can say it is connected with whatever you're doing in the daytime. It's connected with that because the body, the soul can go out of the body every night via the silver cord, and sometimes the body, sorry, the soul goes and meets the council of elders, they meet the masters, they meet the spirit guides. They just go and have like a report card, or they just check themselves. I mean, soul is doing everything, soul knows everything. So there are certain people who come in your life, or there are certain situations that happen in your life. They are happening for a reason. Nothing is happening by coincidence, or nothing is happening just like that randomly. Everything is happening for the best of the soul. The soul has chosen something, a job, a task, some lessons, or simply to release karma of past lives. So they already have decided that this is what you're going to go through, and this is what you're going to learn. This type of suffering will happen. Now we might say, oh my god, suffering, misery, but the soul doesn't think like that, because every soul knows what the physical identity can take or cannot take. And we also have a responsibility of doing inner work. Sometimes before somebody sells their soul to the devil, or sells their soul for some kind of negative act, evil act against humanity, the soul always comes and reminds a person that this is not your path, you should not be doing it. But the identity takes over, and usually this happens because of a lot of chemical interference or the artificial chemicals, because body also can produce the same kind of chemicals but in a more pure form. So when we are sleeping, that too is the time when we are in a way extremely conscious. But this is the rule of planet earth. You don't remember a lot of things, you don't remember most of the things. When you decide to come in alignment with your chakras, that's the time you start regaining memories, or you regain the knowledge that you are a soul who has a body, not the other way around. So you have to be conscious and aware of what are acts, some of the acts that are not in alignment with you. Just your awareness is good enough. It can be possible that one of the days somebody you've loved in the past poses as a really nice transformed person and comes closer to you, and you end up kissing that person, or you end up doing something sexual, and the morning when you wake up, you realize that this is absolutely wrong, because in your waking world you had decided that you're not gonna get close to this person ever, and maybe in the real world when they come and approach you, you would not say yes to them. You've 100%, not 1000%, you've decided that this is not for me. So it could be possible that some demon who was attached with them, or they feel detachment, or they feel the disconnection from you, because in many ways we are obviously connected to the people who come into our lives. Some people are simply presented to us because we need to move to a higher frequency or another frequency, and that's the only way. They are the bridges, they are the only ways, they are the mediums through which you can do so. So maybe you are getting tested. Are you still thinking about that person subconsciously? So this is one of the things that can happen to you, and this is same for male and females. But then we also have very manipulative demons who have got nothing to do with you. They just watch you, and the only place that they can connect with you or interact with you, or there is that thin veil, of visibility that is gone, so they use it as a window of opportunity to connect with you. Recently, someone I know had spoken to me about a certain strange occurrence that happened to them via some kind of psychic ability in the waking world. So there's this lady, she told me that her husband has been approached by a woman who's of course not a living person. She's a dead person or somebody's spirit, and she had been trying to convince her husband to allow her to sleep with, maybe she wants permission to give her permission to enter his wife's body, so that they can copulate, so that they can get into a sexual relation. Now obviously the husband is a psychic, so he absolutely denied it, but it's kind of also clear that this could be a demon that is full of trickery, and by using some kind of sexual pleasure, some kind of enjoyment, like, you know what, I'm going to give you the greatest experience if only you give me this opportunity, if only you allow me. My gut was telling me that she doesn't want to possess the wife, actually she wants to possess the husband, and as soon as he says yes for a very low frequency experience, she's gonna infect him first and then obviously possess him. That's the plan of the demoness. Then there are other types of demons who are just simply not looking for some kind of permanent liaison, but they're just looking for energy, and they're always around, hovering around people who are conscious and aware, because conscious and aware people are the ones who can see them in some form or some way. Some of the people are so advanced and so elevated that, as I said in one of my video, that even in the dream state they cannot think of doing any sexual activity, any act, even with their own divine counterpart. If their own divine counterpart also would come to them and say, hey, let's do it, they will be like, no, not in this space. Because why would their divine counterpart want to do it or would mention it in a dream like situation or a trance like situation? So this is what I wanted to share, because there are people who could be searching for this topic, incubus or succubus attack or sexual demonic attack. So they should be able to reach to a completely separate video. This is definitely a part of your inner work. And if you have a master, or you follow a very high vibrational deity, like maybe you follow a high vibrational soul like Jesus, or you're protected under mother, or you chant Ram. Ram is the biggest protection mantra. If you need protection, it's a Raksha mantra. In Hindi we say Raksha mantra, in English we say mantra of protection. It also helps to strengthen your solar plexus chakra. So basically solar plexus is also the place, if it is strong, then demons cannot attack you. And that's why Lord Hanuman chants Rama, and Shiva, who is surrounded by ghosts and demons and ghouls, because Shiva doesn't judge. Someone outside is trying to get their scooter kick started, so there's a bit of disturbance, and I'm sorry about that. Now, Shiva does not judge anybody. No ghost or ghoul is ever judged. And then sometimes some people choose to remain in this Pret Yoni. Now, I'm still studying about the Preta Yoni because I've come across stories, and I've also get this feeling, from my gut, that some of the Pretas are actually nice, some of the jinns are nice. They are simply trying to help people. Some of the demons and demonesses also like to help high vibrational souls. Maybe that's their only way of healing themselves or clearing some of the karma. And why a person chooses to be in that type of yoni, there could be reasons for that as well. So I'm not going to go into it, but definitely I'm not talking about the good ones. I'm talking about the ones who have a malicious or a malefic intention towards other people, and they like to steal their energy this way. People who are doing inner work, they need to heal from the sacral chakra wounds. So when some of these people could have been abused in childhood, or they were in extreme neglected situations, they were extremely ignored, so the demons also attack children. So they could have attacked this person, whosoever it is who experiences it, in their childhood. And when they started growing up, then maybe they left that person, or maybe during the course of time you changed, or you figured things out, or you started healing your wounds, and you realize that this also could be karmic. All the neglect you faced, all of the neglect and the way you were ignored was actually also leading to something positive, because then that made you look for information, that made you want to get healed, and that made you closer to God, because you realize that all of this is any which way illusion. Most people are just trying to protect their own self, and most people are in some ways, especially the ones who are not even awake, they're asleep, they are simply acting as fodder or stimuli for other people. When we talk about karmics in the twin flame journey, we say karmics are doing this or karmics are doing that. Consciously they're doing it, purposely they're doing it. I mean, what else are they supposed to do? They don't know any better. So that's the only way they think that they can be happy. So they are just doing very physical and very material and very outwardly things to take care of themselves. But this also, in future, in Kalantar, as we say in Hindi, it is going to help them, because they also have some contracts with the masculines and feminines who are on the divine path of ascension. So this is where I'm going to close this video transmission. I will see you in the next one. If you have any such questions, you feel free to ask me, and I would love to answer them. See you in the next one. One love, peace out, and Victor to Ram.